There are moments in life when something extraordinary happens. Something beyond logic, beyond planning, beyond effort. We call it a miracle. But what if miracles aren't rare events meant for a chosen few? What if they are actually available to you right now? The truth is, miracles don't come from outside of you. They are revealed when you align with something deeper within you. And once you understand how this works, your entire life begins to shift. Miracles are not random events that happen by luck or coincidence. They operate according to deeper spiritual laws that are always in motion, whether we are aware of them or not. Just as gravity works consistently in the physical world, there are invisible principles guiding how energy, intention, and outcomes align in our lives. When people see something extraordinary happen, they often label it a miracle because they cannot trace the process behind it. But the truth is, there is always a process. One rooted in alignment between your inner state and the greater flow of existence. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not passive. They are active forces that shape the reality you experience. When your inner world is scattered, doubtful, or resistant, it disrupts this alignment, making it difficult for extraordinary outcomes to unfold. On the other hand, when you cultivate clarity, certainty, and openness, you begin to work in harmony with these unseen laws. This harmony is what allows what we call miracles to appear more frequently and naturally. It's not that something magical suddenly breaks the rules, it's that you are finally working with the rules instead of against them. Understanding this shifts your perspective completely, because instead of waiting and hoping for something outside your control, you realize that you are participating in a system that is responsive and precise. The more you align your inner state with trust, purpose, and awareness, the more consistently you create the conditions where extraordinary outcomes can emerge, and what once seemed rare or impossible begins to feel natural, expected, and repeatable in your life. Your consciousness is not just something that passively observes life. It actively participates in creating the experiences you go through. The way you think, feel, and perceive the world becomes a filter through which reality organizes itself around you. Most people believe that circumstances shape their mindset, but in truth, it often works the other way around. Your mindset influences how circumstances unfold and how you interpret them. When your consciousness is dominated by fear, doubt, or limitation, you begin to notice more problems, more obstacles, and more reasons why things cannot work. This focus subtly guides your decisions, your reactions, and even the opportunities you recognize or miss. On the other hand, when your consciousness is grounded in belief, clarity, and possibility, you start to see openings where others see dead ends. You become more receptive, more creative, and more aligned with solutions rather than problems. This shift is not about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about choosing the lens through which you engage with them. Your consciousness sets the tone for your energy, and your energy influences your actions, which ultimately shape your results. Over time, this creates a pattern that reinforces itself, making it seem as though life is happening to you, when in fact, you are co-creating it through your awareness. The more intentional you become about what you allow into your mind and how you respond to situations, the more control you gain over the direction of your life, and the more you realize that what shows up around you is deeply connected to what you consistently hold within you. Resistance is one of the most subtle yet powerful forces that blocks the flow of what you desire, often without you even realizing it. It shows up as overthinking, doubt, impatience, or the constant need to control every outcome. On the surface, it may feel like you are being careful or responsible, but underneath it is rooted in fear. The fear that things won't work out. This inner tension sends a conflicting signal. Part of you wants something while another part is pushing against it. That contradiction disrupts the natural flow where opportunities and solutions would otherwise emerge. Certainty, on the other hand, creates a completely different energy. It is not blind belief or forced positivity. It is a grounded inner knowing that what you seek is already unfolding, even if you cannot yet see it. When you operate from certainty, your actions become calmer, more focused, and more aligned. You stop chasing and start allowing. You stop reacting to every small delay and instead remain steady in your direction. This shift removes the internal friction that resistance creates. Life responds differently when there is no tension within you, because you are no longer sending mixed signals. Instead, everything about your state, your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior moves in one clear direction. This alignment creates space for things to come together in ways that feel effortless and natural. The more you release the need to force outcomes and replace it with quiet certainty, the more you open yourself to experiences that once felt out of reach. And you begin to notice that what you used to call obstacles were often just reflections of the resistance you were holding within yourself. Small shifts in awareness may seem insignificant in the moment, but they carry the power to create profound changes in your external reality over time. Most people wait for a big breakthrough, a dramatic event, or a perfect opportunity to change their lives, but transformation rarely begins that way. It begins in subtle decisions: how you interpret a situation, how you respond to a challenge, or what you choose to focus on in a given moment. A slight shift from negativity to possibility, from doubt to openness, or from frustration to patience can alter the direction of your thoughts, and your thoughts influence your emotions, which then guide your actions. These small internal adjustments start a chain reaction. When your awareness changes, you begin to notice different opportunities, respond more effectively to circumstances, and make choices that are more aligned with your goals. Over time, these consistent, seemingly minor changes accumulate and reshape your experiences in a significant way. What once felt difficult may begin to feel manageable, and what once seemed impossible may gradually come within reach. The key is understanding that awareness is not passive. It is a powerful tool that determines how you engage with life. When you become more conscious of your inner patterns and intentionally shift them, you stop operating on autopilot and start directing your energy with purpose. This creates momentum, and that momentum builds into visible results. The external world begins to reflect the internal adjustments you have made, showing you that even the smallest shift in awareness can set in motion changes that extend far beyond what you initially imagined. Gratitude and alignment work together as one of the fastest ways to elevate your state and open the door to experiences that feel extraordinary. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you for what you already have. It is a deep recognition of abundance in the present moment. When you genuinely feel grateful, your focus shifts away from lack and moves toward appreciation. This shift changes your internal frequency, which influences how you perceive opportunities and how life responds to you. Instead of operating from a mindset of not enough, you begin to operate from already enough. And this creates emotional stability and openness. Alignment, on the other hand, is about living in harmony with your inner truth and the direction of your higher awareness. It means your thoughts, emotions, and actions are not in conflict, but are moving together toward what feels right and meaningful. When gratitude and alignment come together, they create a powerful state of receptivity. In this state, you are no longer forcing outcomes or resisting what is happening. You are cooperating with life. This cooperation reduces internal noise and makes it easier to notice guidance, opportunities, and timing that would otherwise be missed. People often overlook how their emotional state shapes what they attract and experience. But when you consistently practice gratitude and maintain alignment, you begin to notice patterns of ease and flow in your life. Things resolve more smoothly, relationships improve, and opportunities seem to appear at the right moment. This is not coincidence, but the natural result of being in a state that is open, balanced, and connected. Over time, this practice becomes a foundation for consistent expansion, where life feels less like struggle and more like a guided experience of unfolding possibilities that continue to grow beyond expectation.